What's up, everybody? Welcome to... Are we on 5?
4.
4. Welcome to the first ever 4th episode of the BroSho podcast, coming to you on Thursday,
May 11th.
May 11th. May the 11th be with you.
No,
Yes.
that was a week ago. Don't even. We actually didn't mention that at all in the last podcast. We were recording on May the 4th. And didn't even say a thing.
Was it really the 4th?
It was the 4th when we were
Holy
recording.
shit.
Oh, it was a week ago from today, and that was the 4th.
Damn. I didn't even know.
I knew. The only reason I didn't say something was because I knew they wouldn't be seeing it till the 6th. So it would be a little. It would have been maybe a little insignificant.
Oh, no, but that's when you say, like, at the time of this recording, it's May the 4th.
Well,
so
yeah.
There you go. Sorry, wow, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, as you guys can see, and hopefully the audio's a little. It might be a little less loud. I'm hoping. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit louder. Probably.
Yeah.
We found out what our issue was. It was his black mic for whatever reason.
Piece of shit.
For whatever reason, when we ordered the mics, literally same style. They're both the blue snowball ice mics. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's something to do with our recording software or if it's the fact of, like, you know, and it has 2 mics. I don't know, but we're going to go with one. We did, like, a little tester thing beforehand. Seemed to work.
Yeah,
There was no echo.
It definitely seemed that it sounded a lot better. It was a little more quiet, but yeah, definitely no echo.
Turn up the volume on your computer.
Yeah, I'm sure if you put your phone or whatever you're listening to on full volume, you'll be able to hear it perfectly fine. So I don't see it being an issue.
No, I think we're gonna stick with this for right now.
Yep.
That way there's no echoes,
so
it doesn't sound like we're in a fucking dome.
Yeah. So we can find another solution to it.
I think we're just gonna get you a blue white mic.
Yeah.
I think
it's probably gonna be the best solution.
It probably is, because it just seems to work better. And if that for whatever reason doesn't work,
if that doesn't work, and I'm $100 in the hole, I'm probably just gonna shoot myself there.
Well, no, we'll just send the black one back. We'll just get another box and put it back.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, let's start the show. What have you been playing lately?
Same thing as always, Rocket League.
Dude. And I thought I played Rocket League a
lot. Dude, I don't have, like, I don't buy a whole lot of, like, new games all the time like you do, so I'm not always on the new game grind. I don't have the Nintendo Switch yet. I don't have a whole lot of money to just
It's over there.
Yeah, it's literally sitting right there. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of money to be blowing on video games every week, so I don't get a whole lot of new stuff. Usually, I wait for you to get the new stuff, but lately he's been getting everything digitally, so I can't even do that anymore.
You can't blame me. Like, I literally, when you're doing the console sharing with your best friend, I get half off video games, brand new, on both the Sony, on PlayStation 4, on Xbox One, and the Switch. I buy them on my own, but I'm sure there's a way you could even do it on that too. I just don't have another person to do it with. So
yeah, I mean, I know. Oh crap! What was my thought process? I was just thinking of something. It completely escaped.
That's really weird. All right, wow, this doesn't make for great audio or podcasting.
Just continue from that.
You've been playing some Rocket League. You've been playing anything else?
What? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. No, Saturday, since that's our upload day, has kind of turned into playing campaigns and stuff like that for me. I hopped into the Infinite Warfare campaign finally last Saturday.
Oh, what do you think?
It's pretty good. I started a little bit, but I only played one mission the first time I played it, and it's actually really good. I'm liking Ethan. He's the robot dude.
He's funny. He's the comic relief in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, the only thing that I didn't like, and I guess I don't know. I'm coming from an older generation of Call of Duty players. I enjoy the linearity of linearity. I think that's how you.
Are you going for
the linearita
narrative driven type?
Sure, we'll go with that
argument. Where everything's kind of
I just like everything to just be you do this mission, then you do this mission, then you do this mission. I like everything to be very linear. Because it's you can go to this planet and do this, or you can go to this moon and do this, or this.
Though I kind of like the freedom of
But why? You're gonna do them all anyways. Why don't you just put them in the form of a story?
Well, because it gives the player more power over what they do.
But that's not what Call of Duty
Say you like this planet more than this planet. So you go to this planet first because you don't like this planet.
How do you know you don't like this planet when you've never been to this planet?
Maybe there's multiple missions on that planet. You already played a mission on this planet. You don't like that planet, so you want to go to this planet.
But how can you sit back and say that you like this planet more than this planet, even though you've been to this planet? You don't know what this planet's capable of having.
Both planets. You've already been to both planets.
If you've been to both planets, then yes.
You
obviously have some sort of opinion as to which one is better.
Yeah. But I mean, still, the characters are really good in that game. They did a very good job with the characters. Honestly, I tried hopping into the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign.
That one's really good. It's really good.
I can't find any excitement in it. Like they don't get you connected to any characters off the bat. They don't.
Okay, but
I played like 4 or 5 missions, and like I'm still just kind of like, this is still just, I don't know. I like connection to characters. That's why I love the Ghost campaign. That's why the Advanced Warfare campaign was pretty good. And basically every campaign since like Black Ops 2, in my opinion, has been pretty good for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because Black Ops 2 is another one of those campaigns where you just also the Modern Warfare series. I love the Modern Warfare, especially MW3, because that end fight with I think Price and like Makarov or something like that, where he like legit smashes the glass and you like fall down with a neck or with a noose around Makarov's neck and hang him, is like the most satisfying thing in the world.
Dude, those games were fantastic. I thoroughly loved them.
Like, that's the thing I always say. And Treyarch, they know how to make their multiplayer, and Infinity Ward knows how to make their campaigns. Now they just need to combine and make a Call of Duty together, and it'll literally be the best Call of Duty ever created.
Yeah, but that'll never happen.
No, it won't.
Because Activision likes a lot of money, and they want to release these games yearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Seriously, I'm telling, like, if they combined and just made a game, like, biannual Call of Duties, if, like, you know, Infinity Ward and Treyarch went together, they would make amazing Call of Duty.
You could do that and give them a 4-year development cycle. That way it gives us players a break, and that way it makes the game's longevity.
Yeah, longevity.
Yep. Like, go 2 years instead of a year, where they're having to crank out, like, 4. It's been a long day.
You're trying to use some big words today, too.
But, like, when they normally release, like, 4 bits of DLC, with this one, or Black Ops 3, they're doing 5 because of the Call of Duty Zombie Chronicles that we talked about last week, apparently. Oh, I don't remember what I talked about yesterday. But, like, you have a year to try to pump that out, and really, you have, like, they do it in a, what? I mean, you figure they release it in November, like the start of November, and from there until April, I would say they'd have to push out 4 bits of DLC, and it's like, that's not a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I don't think... I think usually by April, they usually have pushed out the 3rd already. Usually the 4th, I think, comes in the summer.
But even at that, it's like, still, you're trying to crank out 4 pieces of DLC over the span of a year.
Call of Duty DLCs aren't usually a whole lot. It's just 4 maps and a new zombie map.
But that's what I'm saying. If you give them a 4-year development cycle, not only will that give them plenty... like, an entire year to sit back and think of, okay... storyline for a game. Let's come up with something that actually has meaning. Let's take this Call of Duty franchise from something, you know, and put some, like, legit story behind it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know?
It would help the franchise. But 4 years, that would... although it would probably help in the long run, there ain't a whole lot of people that want to play the same COD for 4 years.
No. You wouldn't be playing it for 4 years. You have 3 different companies making games. If you give them a 4-year development cycle, you'll only have to go a year in between each game. You'll have 2 years to play every game instead of 1.
Well, then
it would be biannually.
It'd be longer than a 4 year for each company then.
No.
Yeah, because if you've got so you release your game, and then you have 2 years until the next one's created. Until the next one's created by the other company. Then they have 2 years, and the next company goes in. They have 2 years. You have a 6-year cycle with every company. Every company would have 6 years to create their next game.
Okay, no, because it would give them 2 years to slowly come up with some more better DLC too, to make the longevity of the game.
Well, yeah, but they start making the next game before their cycle's over. The thing I don't like about the way that they do their things right now is like we get a new Call of Duty in November, and then by April, no one really cares about that Call of Duty anymore. Everybody's focused on the new one. It's like
this whole 3 years, and it's done in 6 months.
It's like now, of course, IW was, in my opinion, I know you like it, but in my opinion, it was a terrible Call of Duty. So,
I thought it was fine, yeah.
Even to the community, it was absolutely horrific. I mean, literally, I think it had like 3 million dislikes on Twitter or on YouTube. I mean, that is insane. It had a sixth of the likes and then freaking World War II's trailer comes out of nowhere and just
I'm really excited for that.
So many likes and everything. It was great.
We talked about that ad nauseum the last episode or the episode before that.
But I mean, I think even with that being a bad Call of Duty, it's like we started getting leaks early April on World War II, and since then,
actually, I think we were getting them back in.
Yeah, I think the first ones probably started back in like late March.
Late March maybe.
So I mean, that was when I think posters started. I remember like pictures of posters started being leaked about it and everything. But I mean, even when it's like right when that happens, man, bam, old Call of Duty's just gone. It's like no one even cares about it anymore. So it's like really. Each Call of Duty only really, it's out, only spends about maybe 5 to 6 months in the spotlight. I mean, and then it's done. You know? So, yeah, that's probably my only, like, big complaint about the way Call of Duty does things at the moment. But, it's not going to change anytime soon, so.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Prey, because I'm doing a review for it. I saw the reviews come out for that from IGN, and I talked about it with my fellow writers and companions in my SickCritic website group. They gave it a 4 out of 10 because Dan Stapleton, who is reviewing it...
Low score.
Well, he was reviewing it on PC. Another reason why I don't like PC, because I've had... one issue the entire time that I've been playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently had like just a plethora of them. Like he is just left and right. Like he's losing saves. He's like coming across like glitches and game breaking bugs. It's crashed on him more times than he cares to count. He can't even finish the game, and that's the reason why he gave it a 4. Now, with that being said, I understand being frustrated and like dropping the score that you're gonna give it because of that, because you can't play the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
no matter what platform you're on, anyways, that should be happening. I mean, you could say,
but the thing is that they've always had issues with PC because of the drives and just the fact that you're playing it on a completely different platform.
Oh yeah,
it's a different game on those. The graphics are better and everything, so it's a different game.
I know, but the game companies are expected to be able.
Oh yeah, and they are actively
doesn't create those problems.
Like they are actively working on fixing it, but it's
they need to.
I don't know. I guess in my opinion, it's like it kind of dampens the what's the word I'm looking for?
Opinion.
Well, your opinion,
your perspective,
and your your opinion. We're gonna go with opinion. I'm having a rough night.
Yeah, really.
But it dampens your playability and your opinion with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it should dampen it so much to a point where it's like you're like, oh, well, I only played it on PC, and because of all these game-breaking glitches and bugs and everything that we're having, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, I think it would have been
your
smarter.
Your experience with the game is so much more than that.
If you're having those issues, maybe include the issues you had with PC in your review.
Yeah,
but maybe go and play the game on PS4 or Xbox One.
Well, but
to really at least give a fair review on the game itself.
I will tell you what, if you're gonna do that, have 2 people playing it.
Oh, or that, yeah.
I mean, in a big company like IGN, like, and they've said that they have other people that are playing the game on PS4 and Xbox One, and that, they will write other reviews for those consoles specifically. But it's like, okay, it's one game. Yeah. And that game covers over all 3. Like, for me, like, I'm reviewing it. I've had, again, one issue. It crashed on me. It froze. It was in a loading screen. It actually had nothing to do with, like, me actually playing the game. It was just loading, and it blacked out on me. I had to restart the console. Or I had to close out of the application for it and restart it. Outside of that, that game's been fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like with the next gen consoles, we've experienced more problems with, like, ever since they've, now they have this thing of, you can just quit the app or whatever, and restart it. I think there's been more issues with having to do that since they created that.
What's different is the fact that they are, like, you have a very powerful machine, whether anybody wants to believe it or not. Like, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are very powerful consoles. Definitely. You are, as a developer, trying to push these graphics and make sure that, like, when your gameplay is running, like, it's running at 60 frames per second or whatever. And that's like the goal that everybody tries to hit. And they try to keep it steady. I know a couple other games have had this, like, weird variable frame rate, which means, like, it might start off at, like, 60 FPS, but if something weird starts to happen, it might drop to, like, 27 or even...
Oh, I know.
Even, like, 30, or it will drop...
Witcher on Xbox One had that problem.
Yeah. Well, it's not a problem. That was purposefully put into the game.
I know they even had a drop in resolution on that. They would drop from, like, 1080p, like 900p or something like that. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I think that if you're going to do something like that with PC, have multiple people play it. Have another person that's maybe not writing the review play it on Xbox, and another person that's not writing a review play it on PlayStation 4 while you are playing it on PC. And get in a, like, it's almost kind of like with something like that, if if your standard opinion is going to be based on, like, the person that's doing it is doing the review based on what they played on the PC, have somebody, at least one other person, play it on either PS4 or Xbox One. Because that way, you can be like, oh, yeah, like, I ran into a lot of problems on the PC. What did you hit on the PS4 or the Xbox One? If they were like, hey, it's fine, okay, well, let's kind of do a joint session and write this review, together, But, I don't know, like I said, I've been playing it. I've had no issues with it outside of that one time.
I remember the one time watching you were stuck, though.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not like open world in, like, the aspect of, like, a Grand Theft Auto where you literally have this entire city where you can just roam.
Yeah.
But it's very BioShocky in the fact of, like, they have this giant world that they've created. You are, like, on a spaceship, pretty much, and you have all these different places that you can constantly revisit and go back to within this spaceship. You have, like, the security ward. You have, like, this, atrium and arbitrarium or whatever. Like, you just have all these different sections that you can go and visit. But it's some of these set pieces, for lack of a better word, are so big that it's like the one I was stuck on for the longest time, and I actually had to go, it's probably unprofessional, but I had to go to GameSpot because they were actually listing of, like, where you can find certain people. Couldn't find this chick named Kimberly Bodum or Bomo or whatever the hell her name is. She was, like, hiding behind a pipe in the room. I thought I searched that room up and down, never found this chick.
Yeah, they make some of those things just so hard.
And I just needed, like, a little, like, note that was on her that had a code. And I'm like, okay. So I found the code, but then as soon as I found the code, I found a way to bypass the fucking door that I got the code to, and I'm like, well, this
it was completely pointless to do all that?
Yeah. It's like, but now I'm stuck at another door, and I have to actually have, like, an access card to swipe to get through it. And so I'm trying to figure out where the hell this person is that has this, or where I can go and find it. I mean, like I said, it's a challenging game. Like I'm unashamed. I am playing it on easy, but that game has handed my ass to me, and there's jump scares. There was one, and this isn't a spoiler or anything. There's a room that you will walk into where there's like a chair and there's like a table or something knocked over with like an ashtray and a cigar and everything. And there's like a guy that's dead in the room, and you like pick an audio file or something up off of him, and you're standing in front of like, oh god, I forget what they call them right off the top of my head. Again, you can tell I've had a hard night. But there's like these glasses. There's a glass in front of them, and then there's 2 glass panes on either end of them, and there's like a little green button. Or like little, thing on the screen that says, oh, press here to calibrate. And I'm thinking like, okay, maybe like if I press the buttons enough, something will pop up on this looking glass. I think that's what they call it. I think they call it looking glass. You watch like a lot of like videos and everything through these looking glass. So I'm like, oh, if I keep pressing this damn thing over and over again, maybe after 4 or 5 times, it'll show me a video of something of like maybe how this guy died. Maybe it'll have like a recording or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I press it, and then it shows up somewhere else. And I press that, and it shows up somewhere else. And I press it, and then it shows up somewhere else. And I pressed it the 4th fucking time, and then all of a sudden, one of these, like, Typhon figures just went, beep, appeared. I shit my pants so hard. Okay? No fucking joke.
Dude, I would have died too.
I blew a hole through my pants, through the mattress, hit the floor, bounced back up, hit me square in the ass, and I flew up to the ceiling.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I feel like jump scares in games
are getting
like,
worse.
They're 10 times more frightening than like a jump scare in a movie. Because you're actually controlling that character. If you get like really zoned into the game, you're in it, man.
Well, but here's the thing is, too, is it's first person. So the immersion that you feel from playing a game like that is like deep. Like I feel like I'm actually walking through this spaceship or whatever, trying to find these people that are dead or missing and see if they're still alive. And I feel like that's actually me. So when that shit happened, like I literally dropped the controller and I paused the game, and I had to sit back and take like a second because I was breathing so hard. Because it legitimately scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I remember playing, like, this is kind of off topic, but I remember playing Doom. It was Doom 3. And, yeah, I mean, you're in this game. You're trying to, like, get off this ship or whatever you're on, and you're walking through, and all of a sudden there's, like, this hallway, and you just kind of walk down this hallway, and then you turn left, and there's, like, this little table with one little light. Other than that, the entire hallway is just black. And you walk up, and you pick up this armor, and then when you turn around, there's this giant figure just standing right behind you, and you have to kill it. I literally, the first time I saw that, I took the controller and chucked it across the room and hit Chris directly in the sternum and knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah.
I mean like, jump scares in video games will literally, they will cause injury, as I proved.
So, but yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of that. I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. I just hit Legend status. I was pretty happy about myself.
I finally hit Master.
That's what's up. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I really haven't been playing a whole lot. I do want to note, I found out tonight that SickCritic, the website, as of today, is launching tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So by the time you guys all view this, it will have already been live for more than 24 hours. I will be posting the link in the video, or not the video, in the comments section, the description, whatever the hell you want to call it. So that you guys can all go and view it. We are working on a ton of stuff. Like, there's a plethora of things that we are trying to work with. Especially between, like, tonight and tomorrow. Anything that might break, any sort of news, opinion articles, whatever we are throwing up there, trying to get, stuff edited, everything. we got a lot of stuff coming their way. So
yeah, I saw the website already. It looks very good.
Well, and apparently they like even changed a couple things.
What if they took my my advice?
I don't know.
I
don't remember what your advice was.
My advice was they put the search bar towards the bottom of the screen, and my advice was to just put it towards the top, so it's more easy to navigate. You know, if you're looking for like one specific thing, you don't have to scroll to the very bottom just to, you know.
Well, and the only real problem that we've had, and it hasn't really been like a huge problem, but it's like none of us know how to code in HTML, so we've had to kind of work with a guy who apparently works with Sony on some things, and he's like writing our website.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so I mean it's been really cool, but he has other websites and stuff that he's working on outside of that.
Oh yeah, so you guys just aren't his main
priority.
So it's like,
yeah, so like we're not as high of a priority as, you know, as we think we should be. So yeah, we're like, dude, you gotta hurry up and do this, like, you know. But it's like, I mean, I've coded stuff before. I've coded in C++. It's about the same process. Where like you come up with a code, you gotta debug it. Then there's stuff that's wrong with it. Then you gotta go back in there and fix it. Then you gotta debug it again. Like it's a whole process. And you have to make sure that code interacts with everything else. So it's just a giant process that you're having to go through. But yeah, those are pretty much the games that I've been playing. Like I said, SickCritic came out, or is coming out tomorrow at the time of this recording. So and then today, Minecraft is officially available on the Nintendo Switch. I will say though, at the time of this recording, I have not been able to download it. It was in the store and it said like, oh, add to wish list, because that's what I had it. I added it to my wish list because I was like, hey, Minecraft, like this is only like the 5th time that I bought it. Why not?
Yeah.
But then when I went to go check again, they like said that it was unavailable. I don't know. So I might check again during the show just to see if it's there. And if it's there, hey, it's there. And I'll let everybody know that it's actually available. By the time you guys all view this, more than likely it'll be available.
Yeah. If I doubt it'll be delayed that long.
Yeah, it'd be really kind of shitty if they did like a very, very last minute delay on the game.
That'd be like a 2-3 day delay?
Not even that. The fact that they already had a release date.
Yeah,
and then like on the release date you decided to delay it. That's really shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the online store for the Switch is just because of all of that having like an abundance of visitors, and so it may or may not have like crashed the store or whatever.
Yeah, I mean Minecraft still holds my record still of longest played game in a row. There's no other game that I've ever played for 72 hours straight.
We're gonna see real quick. I don't care. I'm gonna do this on the video.
It's probably not gonna be there yet.
You shut your whore mouth.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
Don't jinx it. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
I meant it.
Okay. As of right now, I am still not seeing it. It is showing up under like the coming soon section, and it says as of right now, not available for purchase. So
get your shit together, Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I
Fuck
thought that they would have had that fixed by now, but so at the time of this recording, it is technically available, but not really.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm sure that this is false, and you know, there's probably a more addicting game out there. But to me, I would say Minecraft's probably one of the most addicting games I've ever played.
Yeah, because it's just a free roam.
I mean, yeah,
you can go in there and create stuff. You can play online with your friends. The fact that you can play that and like not even be actually connected to somebody, you can literally just be like within this distance and just sit there and play the game.
And the satisfaction of finding diamonds, I think, might be the most satisfying feeling I've ever gotten in any video game.
Well, the fact that I wouldn't have to necessarily share a screen with somebody and still play with them is fantastic.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And be in the same room. Yeah. Like, it's
I mean, you could always hook up 2, like, PS4s.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Or 2 laptops.
But let's get to the main topic. It's been a little bit of a light week as far as news goes. As far as anything goes. I know... Oh, Vanquished. That's what I was thinking. Vanquished is a game that apparently was out on PC or something a long time ago, or I don't know, Sega did it. I know very, very little about this game, but I know a lot of people that gamed many, many ages ago really liked this game, and it was pretty highly revered among gamers. So Sega decided, hey, we're just going to port that to the PC. Kind of hoping they do that to the PS4 and Xbox One, so that other people who might not have gotten to play it back then actually get a chance to play it now.
Yeah.
But speaking of Sega and Sony and Microsoft and everything, and because it was such a light week, we decided to do our E3 episode now.
Yep.
Now I'm probably gonna end up talking a little bit more, just because
I didn't get a whole lot of an opportunity to read up much on E3 yet.
Well, not to mention, like you watched them, but you don't know, I don't mean to, bash on you on here, but, as far as, gaming goes and, developers and everything, I know more than you.
You know a lot more about developers, which developers made which games, all that kind of stuff. I've always followed the competitive aspects of everything much more than, developers and stuff like that. I don't know if you've even gotten the opportunity to talk to a few developers over Twitter and stuff like that,
Yeah, I've talked to Steve Gaynor from Fulbright. Shout out to Steve. I'm still waiting for Tacoma, you bastard. I've talked to, or I had a conversation with Phil Spencer from Xbox. Yeah, that is right. The head of Xbox. I was everywhere, dude. GameSpot did an article with me on him. Freaking another website. I was viral for half a minute, and it was the best half a minute of my life.
You got your 15 minutes of fame.
Dude, my Twitter feed was blowing up with likes and retweets and people commenting on the same thread and everything. It was crazy. But I loved it. But who else have I talked to? I've talked to him. I've talked to some dudes from IGN who are freaking, near and dear to my heart. Which, that's another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to take time and say, I'm not super duper religious, but we wanted to send some love and prayers and everything to Ryan McCaffrey from IGN. His dog, Maggie the boxer, died.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he had to put her down on Monday. Really sad.
He was really attached to that
he is awesome.
He's an awesome dude.
I've had a couple conversations with him on Restart Required. Now, back before I was interrupted by my own PC. No, I've had a couple conversations with Ryan McCaffrey, and that dude is just super legit. He's just a real down-to-earth guy. It's just saying that I need to restart my computer.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't interfering with... Oh, okay. Yeah,
no, because it's showing up on there and we don't have the screen.
I just wanted to read what it said. I was going to do it outside of active hours. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, but no, he's just a super-duper, legit guy. Absolutely love talking to him. Anytime I've ever had any questions and I've had to ask him, he's replied to me, no problem. And when I was on Twitter and I saw the news that he was gonna have to put his dog down, and that last weekend was the last legit weekend that he was gonna have with Maggie, I was like, man, and he was posting pictures and he's this was our last run on the beach, and I got her a burger from Burger King or whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, I started getting teary eyed. Because it was just
rough.
This really... you see how much he loved his dog, and I was just like, damn, man. I just we're gonna send a bunch of love and prayers and everything from the BroSho to him.
Definitely.
We wish him nothing but the best, and Ryan, if you're listening, you will get through this, buddy. If you need somebody to talk to, My Twitter link is right down there. You feel free to send me a DM or a PM or an AM.
It's a DM.
You can send me whatever message you need to send me.
Hate people who call it PM on Twitter.
Well, it's a personal message.
Okay, no, it's a direct message.
But it's directly personal. It's a DPM. Or a PDM.
No.
A personal direct message. But either way, I just wanted to take a couple minutes out of this just to, say that about him.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna jump right into the E3 predictions episode. Yeah, it was a really dry week. We are going to do this. And again, yeah, I'm gonna be talking a little bit more. I'm gonna try to involve him and get him involved in it. But
probably once you start bringing up some games is when I'll start.
I hope so.
Clicking here.
Because I really don't want to sit here and talk. People hate listening to me.
People do not hate listening to
People have told me I am an annoying asshole when it comes to talking.
Okay, I can agree with that, but
Well, that's really hurtful. Okay, we are going to start off with Microsoft. Now, what type of games do you really want to see them show off?
Well, one thing I can say from Microsoft especially is going to be Halo 6 for me. I want to see Halo 6. I'm dying to see it. I know a lot of people, there was speculation about, how, the Halo 5 campaign wasn't the greatest, not enough Master Chief and all that stuff. But I personally loved it. I thought the multiplayer was excellent.
Campaign was
great step in the right direction for multiplayer.
Multiplayer is the best that it's ever been.
Coming out of Halo 4, that was
okay,
bad.
Halo 4's multiplayer was not that bad.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to, if you loved Halo 4's multiplayer, that is perfectly fine. But coming from my point of view, I thought it was the worst Halo multiplayer we've ever seen. Okay? Halo 2, Halo 2, better. Halo 3, better. Halo Reach, better. Halo 5, that was the only one that was like,
but
bad.
You have to add in the fact, too, Halo 4 was the very first game that 343 Industries got their hands on.
But they did an excellent campaign for Halo 4. I love the campaign. I love the storyline of that.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, and it may have been a fact of, okay, so Halo 4's campaign, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 4's multiplayer, not the greatest. Well, then with Halo 5, they're like, okay, let's switch it up. And they made sure to focus 110% of their efforts on the multiplayer. Campaign suffered. Wasn't that great. The fact, too, that they took away the split screen, and I don't want to speak about Halo 5 ad nauseum.
Yeah.
I already have. But Halo 5 didn't have any split screen. That was really shitty. Their campaign kind of sucked. That was even worse. But their multiplayer fucking blew it out of the water. Like,
yeah, I could sit there and play Halo 5 multiplayer.
Well, they brought Forge back, and then they added like 25 extra, like 25. We added 25 extra pieces. 2,500 extra pieces that you could do in Forge.
Oh yeah, I remember you creating
I love Forge. I spent 10 hours creating one map, and I was getting all up into the intricacies. Okay, welcome back after the commercial break. Actually, I'm just lying. We had camera issues again. Yeah. I'm really getting kind of tired with the camera issues.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was that last? I think it was the second one. Yeah,
yeah.
It was our second podcast. We had problems with that.
It actually worked out good, though, because my stomach's not feeling so great.
Little bitch.
Alrighty then. I'm a bitch. But no, I wasn't feeling too good, so I took some Tums, so it was kind of a blessing in disguise. But we were talking about Halo's Forge.
Halo.
So I really liked Forge. It was a lot of fun playing that. But
definitely.
I know another thing that and I can't remember if we talked about it or not. If we did, I apologize. Just bear with me for a real quick second. That Sea of Thieves game.
Yeah, no, we didn't get to that yet.
Okay, so Sea of Thieves is like a pirate MMO, and they had like brought on like a bunch of streamers and stuff to test it out, and it was like they were all on this pirate ship, and they like everybody had their own like jobs that they had to do to make sure that this pirate ship was like working. It was really, and they were like all communicating like, matey, let's go down to the bow. You know, like it was just like, it was really cool. And they said like there's like gonna be like actual story and everything. So I know I'm gonna be paranoid. I'm gonna be looking at that damn PC, making sure that we're not like frozen. Like
I saw you look over and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, no, I'm making sure that everybody's still moving. So
you're feeling good now, huh?
I'm feeling a lot better than I was. But yeah, so that looked actually really, really cool. I would be really kind of excited if they showed more of Cuphead. Cuphead was a game. You know how like I really liked Dark Souls?
Yes.
Okay. You know how Dark Souls was like mainly just going from one boss to the next, but there was shit in between that you had to do.
Yeah.
And there was like some sort of like puzzling mechanics too that were added to it. Okay, well, Cuphead was just bosses. There was no like in between. You did one boss, then you went right on to the next one. It was almost kind of like a game that they had that was free on the.
So it was almost like levels.
Kind of. At least that's the way it's seen. I didn't really watch any videos for it, but this is like what a lot of people said.
Retro gaming kind of.
Did you ever play Fury?
Heard of it?
That was free on the PlayStation Store, and you played as like a ninja.
I only played it, but I think I saw some stuff on it.
Yeah, it was very similar to that, where it was literally just boss.
I actually kind of enjoyed some of those games. Like,
they're okay, but it's like I don't know, but like a lot of people didn't. A lot of people wanted shit in between.
Yeah.
So the developers of Cuphead, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, said, okay, we're gonna kind of postpone it indefinitely, and we will work on getting some story. So it's been a really long time. The last time they showed it off was last year. It was supposed to get released like the start of this year, I think. So I'm hoping for like I'd be okay with like a holiday release date for them.
Yeah,
I think that would be one of those games where they come out, they say, hey, this is what this game looks like now, and it comes out in the next 4 months, 3 or 4 months. Boom. They just pulled Fallout 4.
Whenever I think of a game like that, though, I always think of like 2D, like 8-bit graphics. Like playing. That's always the type of game I think of whenever I think of like boss, but just like kind of like levels. You're just fighting.
This was the one I think we talked a little bit about maybe last week.
I said it was like stuff that's it's kind of like similar, to
it's kind of like a 1940s art style to it, like old cartoon like Popeye the Sailor and everything, like just like the way like the animation works and everything, like it's really, really cool.
Now that you mention that, I think I actually saw a trailer for it or something like that. Like, yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen some not gameplay, but like a trailer, a reveal trailer on it.
But I think what Microsoft needs to do too, and I know Phil Spencer watches this show. I don't really know that. I'm just saying that. I'm really hoping that he watches this show. Hi, Phil.
He probably doesn't.
I hope he does. That'd be badass. I'd be like, yeah. They need to actually show what this fucking Scorpio is, and they need to give it a name. Scorpio. Don't get me wrong. I'd be totally okay if it was the Microsoft Xbox One Scorpio.
That'd be dope.
I would be okay with that.
You need to confirm that already.
But they won't. That's a code name. They need to show us what the box actually looks like. They need to show everything. They need to give a definitive release date, not just say, oh, it's coming out the end of this year.
Because according to Phil himself, he said that this console is supposed to attempt to take out like console generations to a certain extent, and because this is supposed to be the most powerful console
it is
ever,
but it's still in the Xbox One ecosystem.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, he said like this is supposed to kind of like somewhat eliminate console generations as far as Xbox goes.
Yeah, I do know that they were working towards that, where it's like instead of like coming out with a new generation of consoles, even say every 5, 6, 10 years or whatever. I know that's a giant leap. But like sometimes 5, 6, they do. 10. Like look, if you look at from the Nintendo Switch, or from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch, wasn't that big of a gap.
Yeah, I think maybe like 3 years, maybe.
I think it was a little more than 3, but I could be wrong. I didn't buy a Nintendo Wii or a Wii U because it just looked like the same fucking thing that I had, which was that of the Wii.
Yeah.
And I think the Wii did it better.
Wasn't anything special.
But, I think what they're trying to do is they're going to be like, okay, well, we have, like, a standard console, which is the Xbox One OG. You have the Xbox One S, which is like, okay, if you want a little bit better console, a little bit better features on and everything, you can get this for a little bit more. And then they have for the premier gamers, the elite ones that are like the hardcore guys. Here's the Scorpio. This thing is 6 teraflops for all you tech geeks out there. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's got like 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, this thing is just a monster of a machine. And they're like, this will put out 4K graphics, like
supposed to be the mother of all consoles.
Yeah, so it's like, but I think they want to do that where it's like, okay, whatever games you buy, if they come out with Horizon Zero Dawn 2, you will be able to play it on your OG Xbox One. It's just not going to run as great or look as pretty as it will on this. It'll still run good. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, 60 frames a second, I'm not getting that. No, you're still going to get your 60 frames, but I feel like the visuals overall are still going to look better and run and look like they run better on the Scorpio.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, see, that's always my argument that in one way that PC is probably definitely better than console. Just in one aspect is the fact that if you make a very powerful PC, I mean, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. But if you have the money to do it, you will not have to worry about getting another PC for a long time. You won't have consoles every single time they come out with a new one. You got to buy that new console.
Well, but here's the thing, though.
That really builds up after a while.
Here's the thing, though, is with PCs, and if I had a PC, yeah, I'd probably game on that. But I don't, so I buy consoles. But consoles are still computers. But the thing is everything's already in them. Like, the perfect amount of RAM, the perfect hard drive space, like, the perfect graphics,
it's everything. The perfect amount for that specific point in time. Then when stuff goes farther in,
well, yeah,
it's not the perfect amount anymore.
But hold on. You have to buy another console. The console's only going to be like, $300-$400. You will spend that just getting a graphics card update. Now, that's not including, excuse me, if your processor starts to get outdated. You can't just it's not advised, but you can't just really go and replace your processor. If you started off with, like, back in your gaming days, it was like a, Core i3 processor, and this isn't the PC show by any means, but after a couple years, that i3 is not going to be that great. So you're going to have to end up buying a brand new motherboard, a brand new processor. You're probably going to, depending on the RAM, you're going to have to get more RAM. But, you're going to spend more than $400 updating your PC than as if you were to just go buy a console.
Another argument, though, too, say there's an Xbox 360 game that you really want to play, you can still buy that game on PC and play it on your PC. You can't always do that on Xbox One because guess what?
Backwards compatibility, baby.
Yep, and you want to know how many, on a percentage, how many games they actually have made backwards compatible already?
A lot.
Compared to how many Xbox 360 games there actually are, not even close. They've scratched the surface.
Okay, but the thing is they're not going to go and start remastering or bringing back all of these Xbox 360 games because none of them were not a lot of them were not that popular. They're bringing back ones that actually made a difference. And I have to tell you, not only that, every month they're putting out 4 more. I mean, every month they're bringing 4 more. They are already at, I think, 300 or 500 like backwards compatibility games, and these are like popular games. Like, these are ones that people actually wanted to play.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, same thing with, like, Halo. They were like, oh, okay, Halo's, really popular. We have the Master Chief Collection. It's got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we got Guardians, which is $5. Oh, let's just throw for $5. $5. You can get ODST now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay. And then, like, Black Ops 2.
Did they ever do Halo Reach for backwards compatibility? They need to. That was a really good Halo in my opinion.
They don't need to. I mean, it was good, but they don't need to. But, I mean, yeah, those are some of the things that I think that they should show at their conference. Now, you move next, because this, as far as E3 conferences go, I do believe Microsoft is first on Sunday. They are, like, Sunday morning. Bethesda's next.
Mm-hmm.
Now, stuff that I would like to see from Bethesda, stuff that's already been rumored. They apparently, like, released this giant map, and, like, it had, like, some certain spots where it was like, oh, Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 was down here, and then they had, like, Doom over here, and then they had, like, Dishonored 2, and then they had, like, Prey or whatever. Then they had, like, 2 areas that were, like, said under construction, apparently. There's only really 2 things that, like, a lot of people can think of. Maybe 3. They really need to do 3. I know, shout out to Devin Pratt, who is the CEO, founder of SickCritic. I was talking to him about this, and he's a big Elder Scrolls fan. He's like, they need to do Elder Scrolls 6. They have to. It's been time. He goes, I'll cry if they don't. And I'll cry if they do. And I was like, alright. But, so, the other 2 that I can think of, a game that one I've never played. Actually, neither of these I've played. One of them is Wolfenstein, which last E3, when they were showing code right before they announced Fallout 4, somebody who's way smarter and way quicker with a freaking camera than I am took like a snapshot, and it actually showed like Wolfenstein like within the code.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So everybody's really, really speculating the fact that like they're gonna show off another Wolfenstein, and those games were fantastic, and you've never played them, and I bought them for you for your birthday.
I know.
You need to play them. They're sitting right there. If you don't, I will play them for you.
I do need to play them. I know.
But, and another one they were thinking about doing, or that a lot of people are speculating on, is they did a game called The Evil Within. It was like a third-person horror game, and apparently, I heard it was good. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like super fantastic, but like a lot of people did really like it, so they're thinking that they're going to come out with an Evil Within 2.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Like I said, it was just like, it was weird, it was different, because a lot of Bethesda titles, Skyrim, ESO, Wolfenstein, Fallout, Prey, Dishonored, they're all first-person games.
Yeah, so third person was kind of out of their realm.
Yeah, third person was out of their realm, but it was like still really, really good. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as Bethesda. There's not really a whole lot else that I would be curious for them to show off, that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Sony.
I
know. So, last E3, this is the thing that I like about Sony, is they are just all about games. They just, bam, here's a game. Bam, here's a game. Bam, here's a game. Bam, here's a game. In case you forgot, bam, here's another fucking game.
That's one thing about, I remember about Sony's conference last year. They dropped bombs. I mean, it was just like every single time, man. They put a game up there, amazing. Next one, amazing. I mean, it was just like one after another, man. They were just nailing it.
Dude, it was like so many like games I lost.
Because I remember Xbox or Microsoft had their press conference. Everybody thought Microsoft just blew out of the water, and then Sony came out. Everybody was like,
well,
dude, what happened? Sony just won.
Well, because here's what happened was Microsoft last year, they're trying to rebuild themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer, you're doing a fantastic job, by the way, and I'm not just saying that, to kiss your ass or anything. Like, I really do think that, like, you jumping in and you're like, okay, we are giving what the gamers want. You wanted Black Ops 2, bam, we made it backwards compatibility.
Took you a while, but you did it.
Took a while, but hey, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
You know, and like you're like, you know what? Sony had a better console, slightly better console than us. We're gonna come out of the gate with the best console ever, and we are gonna people are gonna want to play our games on this.
Yeah.
So then you come up with that, but like their conference started off with them showing off the Xbox One S, and they were like, it's coming out this fall. Boom. Okay. You got a real sleek looking console. It's smaller. Yeah. The power supply is actually in the console this time.
Yeah, the Xbox One S looked really nice.
Quieter. Whole shoot match. So then they started showing off, okay, here's a game. We're showing off, you know, some people playing. We're going to have some people come out and talk. And all of a sudden, we're going to end the show with another console, which that is the Scorpio. And it's coming out next holiday. Everybody was like, holy shit, that was a really good conference. Like, that was really freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sony comes out. Oh, you guys got consoles? Okay. Game that everybody wants. Game that everybody wants. By the time that conference was done, I lost my damn mind. I sat there, I was like, games. I didn't know what to do. I was like, holy shit, these are all games that are like everybody wanted sequels to. Sony's problem, though, they showed games off, but no release dates. They're just like, these are games that are in the works.
That. Mm-hmm.
That, I think, is the only thing that hurts them. Is that, okay, yeah, we're going to show off God of War 3 or 4 or whatever. 4. But it might not come out for another 2 years. I have God of War 3 remastered. That's why.
Is there any more information on that yet?
No, that's one thing that I really kind of hope that they're going to show
off. Because I remember the gameplay that they had. Because they had gameplay at.
Yeah, it was kind of sort of gameplay. I think I've heard some very, very slight rumors that they're supposed to have more gameplay.
I think there was even a tiny battle that they did in the game.
Yeah, it was against like a Cyclops looking dude.
I mean, the game looked amazing. I thought it looked great. The graphics were good. I mean, everything looked pretty.
Just the aesthetic, the fact that before it was all of like, and I'm not like a big fan of God of War, but this really intrigued me. I played God of War 3. Shout out to Kenny. Kenny and my other buddy, shout out to Ryan, were like really big into like the God of War series. Mm-hmm. And it was all like the Greek mythology. It was like Greek goddesses and gods, and you know, like you're like freaking in 3, your whole purpose was going and killing your dad or fighting your dad Zeus. Like, you know, but it was really freaking cool the way they did that, you know? But this one is like all Norse mythology, which sends it down a whole other different storyline. And like before, it was like he was so fucking angry all the time. Like he's screaming like, "I will kill you!" And I'm like, okay, dude, like stop screaming. But like this one, it's like he's got a son. Mm-hmm. Seems like he still seems kind of angry, but he's a little bit more like kept. Like there was a little bit more depth to him, you know, in doing that. So I'm really excited for them to show some more gameplay of that. Another game that they need to show more of, other than you just lighting these frackers or frickers or liquors or whatever the hell they're called. Days Gone. They showed. I mean, it was gameplay, but all they showed was that you rode your bike to this barn or this like farm site or whatever. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like 15,000 freaking zombies come out of nowhere, and you're just holding on to like an AK-47, just lighting them up, and just unlimited ammo. That's all you were doing. And I think what they were trying to show was that the game's frame rate never dropped, no matter how many zombies they threw on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, like it just stayed at 60, which was fantastic. It was a feat that, you know, that even a lot of developers nowadays have a hard time doing. Mm-hmm. But that's all they showed.
Yeah, there wasn't. I don't know. I remember seeing that, and it looked like it could be good, and it looked like it will be a fun game. But yeah, they didn't really. I feel like that's the only game that they didn't show a release date for, and it probably won't be out for a little bit. I mean,
I think that game will be. That is the one game that they actually showed. Like the entire thing was pretty much gameplay. I have a feeling that will be out this year.
Yeah, it could be. I think we're gonna see more of it at this conf, right? At the C3 for sure.
But yeah, they have to, because it's like that little tech demo or whatever that they showed wasn't all that great. They really need to show like what you're going to be doing as far as story goes. They can't like neglect that anymore. I don't know if they'll talk about it at E3. They probably won't. But I'm still excited about it. The fact that Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 is getting remastered for the Insane trilogy.
Yeah, probably won't be at E3. But...
Well, I mean, I don't know. They might. It's not coming out till the end of June. So, and E3's June, what, like 13th, 14th, and 15th or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. They might. It's
if they do, because of it coming out so soon, it'll probably be like a short little snippet in like the start or in the middle or whatever.
Probably in the middle, I would say.
Just to keep that on people's minds, like, hey, we have all the other games that aren't coming out, right away, but in case you forgot, here's Crash Bandicoot. It's coming out at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what other games that they had. I know a big one that was shown off multiple times. I almost don't want to see any more on it, because I know with him creating it, it's gonna take a while, and I want him to take his time. Is Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding.
Oh yeah.
The very first video, and I think this was at PSX even like the year before last, they did like a demo for him, or maybe it was even at E3. I honestly, I can't remember. I'm really thinking that it was at the PSX, where it showed, God, what's his name? The guy from The Walking Dead. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh crap!
This is really bad.
Well, neither one of us are Walking Dead watchers.
No. Norman Reedus!
Yeah, there you go.
I got him. Okay, so they showed like a naked Norman Reedus with like this umbilical cord to this child, and like then he's like walking over to this beach with like whale bones everywhere, and then there's like 5 figures standing in the sky. It's really interesting, really intrigued me, but at the same time,
another one with like a dude walking into a tunnel or something like that.
Well, that's what I was getting to. That was like this past E3 or PSX or whatever.
Yeah.
And they showed that, and that was really cool. It had Guillermo del Toro, and I probably just butchered that name. Guillermo del Toro, whatever.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, really famous like screenwriter, director, doohickey guy. Yeah. And like they showed him walking down, carrying this child, again, a baby. I don't know what is up with this baby, but they showed him like walking, and he goes down like this tunnel or whatever, and like drops the baby or whatever, and the baby like, or he's holding on to a child, and then like a doll comes, hits him in the leg, and then it rolls down this tunnel, and then you've got Mickelson, I think his name is, or I don't know. It's some other actor that's really famous, really good actor too. I'm not good with names. And he's like standing there, and he like lifts up this thing, and he's got like all of these like cables running from him to these like skeleton soldiers. Really cool. And then all of a sudden he just like goes like this or whatever, and then yells forward, and then like the connections between them start like disintegrating back to him. It just looked like it was a really, really good, and I'm very intrigued because I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I know. It looks like such a good game, but you don't really have any information yet, like what the storyline's gonna be. All we know is it's got something to do with a weird ass freaking baby.
Yeah, and
even the doll that was going by, it was like a naked doll baby that went down the,
That's why
like,
I'm really intrigued about this
something
game.
About a baby. It's like it's got to include something with a baby.
Yeah, like I'm very intrigued by this game. I'm very interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Part of me really wants to see something else for it. Part of me isn't. Part of me is like, don't show anything else off until you're freaking gonna release that game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we got enough to say that it could be released this year.
It won't come out this year. It will come out with Hideo Kojima doing games. He likes to take his time with them.
Yeah.
the fact that Sony said, here's money, here's all the time that you need, literally just take however long you want to make this game, and then just do whatever you want. And now he's using the Decima engine, the Decima engine that Horizon Zero Dawn was filmed on, and actually Guerrilla has been helping him out with it. So you've got another Sony first-party developer helping him out with it. This game's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah, it will be.
Like, so
yeah, Death Stranding. It looks like a game I will even play myself.
It's gonna be a very big. There's gonna be tons of decisions. I know, like one time, like somebody was interviewing him, and he said, like, we're thinking of like with Norman Reedus, like if he walks into a restaurant, like all of the stuff that's gonna be on the menu, what the waitress is like wearing, and like going into like just incredible detail as to like what this game, like, and if that's just a small like precursor to what is actually going to be in this game, it's going to be immensely detailed.
Oh yeah,
you're going to have choices left and right, and this game's going to be pretty.
It's going to take forever to make.
Everybody that knows him and knows the games that he makes says that game won't even be out in 2018. I guarantee you probably won't even see that till 2019.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
but hopefully it's worth it.
Oh, it'll be worth it.
I think it'll definitely be worth the wait once we get it, for sure.
So,
I think that sums up the Sony aspect.
Yeah, I mean we're just kind of going through these real quick. I mean I can't even really think of anything else that I would want Sony to show off. Maybe show off something. We did hear that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting some like story DLC, which I'm excited about because that game was fantastic. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's really anything else outside of that. They might show more of just like maybe another like little CGI trailer or whatever for The Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think we could probably expect that.
I'd be okay with that.
Because Last of Us the first one was amazing.
Last of Us was amazing.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that game. I have never wanted to like beat a game so bad and like just get to the end. And that's the whole storyline. Like it's still to this day revered as like one of the better storyline driven games ever.
Yeah, there are a few games. I mean, I never played it, but I watched an entire playthrough of the entire game on YouTube. There are a few games I will actually watch a full playthrough of.
Yeah, and Destiny 2. Really want to see what else they gotta bring. They apparently, they knew that their storyline when they dropped Vanilla Destiny wasn't that good. I know because I bought it at launch. Was not that great. They're like, oh, here's this thing called the Traveler. Still to this day, we don't know what the hell that thing does. There's this giant floating fucking ball in the middle of the earth. Yeah, we have no idea. Then there was like...
It took me a long time to get into Destiny. It took when Rise of Iron came out and they had that big bundle. Then you helped me buy it. That was the only reason I ever got Destiny, was because...
I still want to go back with you in that and then like try to do like the Taken King stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I'd do it.
Taken King is so good. But I think like they knew what they were getting into. Taken King, really good. Rise of Iron, really good. Their other, like, the House of Wolves and the Dark Below DLC were not that good. They were, like, little tiny expansions with another raid. But it's like, they slowly started developing. King's Fall raid, probably one of my favorite moments ever in gaming. Like, you have 6 of your better friends or whatever, and you're all, like, having your own like position and everything and job and duty that you had to do in trying to beat this boss. The teamwork that it influenced was fantastic.
Definitely.
The mechanics for it were incredible. Like it was just like you really felt like you were part of a team. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And it's like, yeah, like if one person fucked up, the whole thing was a wipe. You'd have to start over. But it was like...
And that person felt like shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're sitting back, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry, guys. And they're like, hey, not a problem. Like, we'll just go back and do this. And it was a blast. Like, I had absolute, like, just so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping to hear some more about that because it's coming out September 8th. So, yeah, I'm really excited to hear.
Yeah, I think Destiny 2's got very good prospects. I think it'll be very, it can be an amazing game if they do it correctly.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion said, who plays Cade 6, said tons of loot. Don't fuck it up!
Seriously.
Because I want loot. I was sick and tired of, like, playing the game and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I just, like, carried my team in multiplayer or whatever and I didn't get anything but the person that completely sucked ass through a straw got, like, this amazing gun. And I'm like, are you fucking
I think if you fall bottom of the leaderboard in a multiplayer, you should just be exempt. You don't get anything. Okay? Like,
yeah, punish you.
You shit the bed. So you shouldn't get rewarded with a freaking, exotic weapon when you just completely shit the bed in a multiplayer game.
You should not ever get a gun that is that good if you can't use the one that you're holding on to begin with.
I actually, personally,
Mic drop.
I kind of want to hop back into some Destiny multiplayer because I was really good at it. It was a lot of fun.
Do it now because very soon here they're going to release a beta for Destiny 2 and Destiny during that time.
Closed or open?
It'll be open.
Oh.
And it will destroy whatever Destiny has that day going on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
On to the next group. I don't know. I think I have all of these in order. Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors have already kind of come out more about, well, not rumors. I think these were confirmed. I'm almost positive. About Assassin's Creed. It's no longer called Empires. It's called Origins, which...
Yeah, I heard about that.
Fantastic name. It's not like they haven't had other things that came from Ubisoft that said Origins in them. Like Rayman Origins and all these other Origin games that keep coming out.
Yeah.
It's like the most overused word in a title ever.
Assassin's Creed is becoming a very long series.
But they can do whatever they want with it because it's all about jumping into the Animus and going back to a past time frame.
Yeah, sure.
You can literally they will cover everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could cover you being in like a World War II setting.
And they've
already done the Revolutionary War or Civil War or whatever.
And they have the fan base to do it.
Yeah. And the thing is if they do this where like every, I mean, they used to pump these games out every year. So the fact that they can pump a game out like that every year, I don't think it's too out of the frame to say that like even with like a 2-year development cycle, that's what they're doing with this one, that you couldn't do that every time. Mm-hmm. And then your games would be so much better. And they wouldn't be so repetitive.
Next, I remember
you might actually be able to come out with a good storyline.
When the Xbox, not too long after the Xbox One first dropped, they released a bundle where you got like Black Flag and Unity.
Yeah, which is what we ended up getting with ours.
Yeah.
And Black Flag was fantastic. The little bit that I played of it. And then Unity, I played a lot of it. And I still, to this day, don't understand why people hated it. I loved that game. Though the controls were a little wonky, okay? I'll give them that. Like, they weren't like some of the greatest, but...
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've never touched one of those games at all. Assassin's Creed. Never even started to play one. I don't know. I've watched people play them, and I every single time I'm just like, it looks like something that it looks like it'd be fun, but it's just I don't know. I never got like hooked in just from watching or anything like that. I know I'm all right. My tastes are weird sometimes.
God has abandoned us. There is no hope. Run for your lives.
Yeah. But there's probably a few game series out there that I haven't touched too much that it's probably considered a sin.
Yeah, like Wolfenstein, and you own them.
Well, okay, that's not considered a sin in the gaming community to have not touched. I know a lot of people...
Oh, yes, it is.
I can probably ask a bunch of my friends, and they probably never even heard of Wolfenstein.
Hey, you can probably ask a bunch of your friends, and they don't even, like... no developers either.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not friends with, people that
You should be.
Well, I'm just not.
That's your homework.
It's my homework.
That's your homework. That's
okay. We'll see about that.
But yeah. So Ubisoft's got that. We know that for sure is coming this year. God, there's gonna be so many games coming out this fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many. I mean, I don't think they've got another Battlefield coming out, which would be really.
I mean, we might get a short trailer on something they're working on, but I don't know. Battlefield 1's still kind of new.
Battlefront 2's coming out though.
Oh, dude, that's
cannot wait till that game drops.
Every single thing I've heard about that game sounds amazing. They're going
the fact too that there's a storyline now to it, and you play from
all three eras.
All 3 eras. You're playing from the perspective of somebody on the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing is very intriguing. I know we already talked about this ad nauseum again. But stop yawning.
I
You're gonna make me yawn.
I can't help it.
Damn it!
Too late.
But back to Ubisoft. Another thing that I guess got rumored was that a new Far Cry game might be shown at
E3.
E3.
They need to make a bounce back from Primal.
Well, this is what I've heard that it's going to be. At least this was what was rumored. Was that it was going to be an old Western or something, and they were going to be going after a drug cartel. Earth to Ubisoft, you did that already with Wildlands. We're done with the drug cartel. Just saying.
Oh my god.
You can only fight the cartel so much.
Seriously.
Like, come up with something else. Make them fight ISIS or something.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay. I'd be really, really excited to see where they could go with like an old Western version of it.
Yeah, but take the drug cartel out of it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like, you don't need to do a drug cartel in every game.
We just got Wildlands.
You know what? Assassin's Creed is in Egypt, and there's probably a drug cartel. Cleopatra's got a little stash off to the side, and she don't want nobody touching it.
Uh-huh. But no, yeah, that's... because, Far Cry... I love the Far Cry series, other than Primal. I'm sorry, Primal...
I heard Primal was really good.
Primal was... from everybody I've heard...
You heard wrong.
No, I have several friends that bought the game and played it.
How many Far Cry games have they played, though?
All of them. Especially my friend, oh crap, what's his... Taco. He loves the Far Cry series. And, he played Primal, and he was like, no. He said, in the beginning, it started out really good, but if you keep playing, it's not that great.
So, I've heard otherwise, but that's just me. But yeah, those are really the only 2 games that I've heard of that they were doing. I
haven't really heard
there's not a whole
lot on the Ubisoft front.
Sorry, it was bugging me. I knew that it was off kilter, so I had to correct it. But yeah, so Ubisoft. I'm sure they're gonna come out with some other wonky games that you're just not gonna be expecting.
Oh yeah.
They usually do that. Nintendo, on the other hand, who I believe is next, Mario Odyssey. They need to show more of that.
They do,
because that is a game I will drop $80 on if they freaking bring it out. I don't even care. They got a specialized case for it. I will buy that specialized case. Like I've said this before. I will say this again. Okay, the fact that motherfucker moves and jumps and twirls his little Mario self, just like the Super Mario 64 version did. Holy shit, dude. That is what we've been wanting. And I'm telling you right now, I will say this again. I will say this every fucking episode until E3. If they drop Virtual Console and they say, you know what? GameCube games and Wii games and Wii U games and N64 games are all coming to it. You'll get Super Mario 64. You'll get freaking Super Mario Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2. A freaking boner. Like...
I wasn't expecting that.
Like, you will lose your mind over all of the games that we are bringing 2 virtual console. I mean, game over, dude. Game over. They win E3. I will be like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Like, straight up, they will win. That is taking.
Yeah,
Go on. That is taking games that we want, games, doing exactly what Sony did, showing us all these games that we want. They already have new hardware, which trumps what Xbox has, and they're bringing out games from the N64, GameCube, and maybe Wii and Wii U. What?
Then they just need to give us a release date.
What?
You just give us a release date.
Dude,
and then
if they do that, I'm telling you, I will buy a second Switch.
And then give me your other one.
Fuck that.
Why do you need 2 Switches? You don't need 2.
I will beat you with 2 Switches.
Okay. That can be taken 2 different ways.
I will beat you with 2 Switches. But I'm telling you, if they do that, and I'm really hoping and praying that they do, game over. They win. That will be the best way possible for them to end that E3. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure everybody there, and I am literally saying this now, everybody there will lose their mind.
Oh yeah, they will. But I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to say they would just flat out win, because you never. I don't want to count out Sony and Microsoft anymore.
Let me ask you this.
Last year.
Let me ask you this. If they drop Virtual Console and they bring back games that everybody and their mother played, okay?
That's being literal, too.
That is being literal. My mom has played these games. Yeah. Not all of them, but some.
Mom on friggin' Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, she will murder you.
She was insane.
She will literally make you dig your grave and make you happy about it. I mean, name something that Xbox and PlayStation could do to even top that. There's nothing. There's physically nothing. Nintendo has a catalog that is 1 mile long and 3 miles deep.
But here's the thing. Will they give us everything we want to see?
Not at start. Like, okay, if they do the Virtual Console, not every game that we all want is going to be available right in the beginning. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. Just the fact that you launch Virtual Console is going to be enough for me. I mean, Kenny's already said, he goes, if they launch Virtual Console, I will buy a Switch. I said, okay.
Well, he doesn't have one yet?
No, because there's nothing that he wants for it.
He didn't want Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, he's not a big Zelda person.
I think Zelda's awesome.
Oh, I think Zelda's awesome too, and I'm loving that game. I haven't put a whole lot of time as of recently into it.
And if I had a Switch, I would be grinding hell out of Mario Kart right now.
Oh,
it's killing me. You guys don't understand how much of a Mario Kart lover I actually am, and the fact that I can't play that new Mario Kart is killing me slowly on the inside.
Dude, I would let you play.
I feel like if I asked to play your Switch, you'd say no.
You'd play it with me.
Well, that's the problem. Because I don't want to use your little, have to sit there and keep on turning right because I'm turning left the entire time.
Okay, if you want, you can fork out $40 with me, and we can go and get 2 more Joy-Cons. That way you'll have your own.
Well, I'd rather just buy a Pro Controller.
That's $70.
That's also true.
So, have fun with that. But
you need to just get a Pro Controller, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, $70. I don't just exactly have that one lying around. Hashtag low budget.
Well, get a better job, piece of shit.
Well, I'm working on it. That's what the college and everything's for.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah. So those are, and as far as Nintendo goes, I mean, I'm hoping we'll hear another Metroid. That would be fantastic. I feel like I've talked about some of this stuff before in previous podcasts.
I think we've touched on a lot of what we just talked about briefly in
Well, this is podcasts. Like the official E3 podcast, so we really I apologize if we're like rehashing some of
You'll probably hear us talk a little bit more about E3 in a couple more podcasts leading up to it.
Oh, yeah.
And,
this is here. E3 season. This is when leaks are heavy right now,
which is why I'm still kind of surprised that this was a kind of a dry week, Because like I was telling you before we even filmed this podcast, I was like, dude, this is E3 season. Like, we are usually getting leaks upon leaks and just everything. Right, oh, I know it's a start, but like, I mean, yeah, I thought we'd already be started, kind of getting some good stuff by now. But hopefully by next week we'll have some more stuff. I am too.
I don't know why.
This whole time I've been like, I mean, it's just on my face.
Maybe
and
it's
everything.
The dryness.
It is kind of dry now right now.
But yeah, I mean, E3, it's a gamer's wonderland every year. Like, if I could, I might be going next year. We're hoping. If I get to go, somebody's gonna have to put me on a leash because I'm gonna go hog wild in there. Yeah, like I will literally go nuts in E3.
It would be a dream of mine to go to an E3.
I'll bring you back a cup.
Fuck you.
All right, I think we are going to end it at that. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Definitely. I know the views have kind of dropped. I think that a lot of that was due to the audio. Speaking of which, we do have some stuff in the works. Some of that involves the audio. Some of that involves the fact of it being maybe an all-audio podcast. We are going to look into it. We are gonna. I was talking to a guy on Facebook in one of the groups that I'm part of. He said that like if we did it on SoundCloud, that we were going to pay like $15 a month for like all of our content if it's over 3 hours. Newsflash: this will be like the 5th hour that we've talked. So
yeah,
like that, and I don't want to have to spend $15 a month again, low budget, and I really just that's money that I could be saving every month to put towards like maybe a better camera, maybe a second camera, maybe pay somebody to switch cameras when we get a second camera. Who knows?
Yeah.
And maybe I could be like, hey, give me the one. Like, kind of funny guys. Yeah. Only we won't look into the camera and say butthole in a sexual manner. But, yeah, I mean, I just don't want to spend that kind of money. So we'll look into maybe posting this on iTunes.
Yeah.
Maybe Google Play. So you guys can listen to it on the go. But, yeah, so we're going to look into that. Let's put it this way. If it's iTunes, I've heard from the guy that it's like a 2-week process. Their limitations and restrictions or whatever aren't like super strict. So he goes, more than likely you'll be able to put it on there, but you just have to go through this 2-week period of time. So if we do, you may not see anything till probably closer to the end of maybe next month. And I apologize for that.
Yeah. Just
because of that process and like what we're doing, like we both have jobs now. We're both still going to school, so it's gonna get a little crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
we'll definitely keep working on that for you guys, because I know we definitely received some requests for an audio only version, and so yeah, if that's we definitely want to make that priority if it's a priority for you guys. So
yeah, and I've heard a lot about the fact too that like our quality and production value have kind of gone up with the TV and the logo. Vanna White.
Which we also want to try to make this.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess around with some of the images. Like I'm gonna probably like take this and like blow it up a little more and like twist it and then like put our actual name in there. Hoping to maybe get a second mic. Maybe.
Yeah. But that's also gonna be another $50. So.
Yeah, we know.
Won't be fun.
We'll work on it. It's a work in progress, and we appreciate everybody that's stuck with us through this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we are still loving this. We're not gonna stop.
Mm-mm.
You know, I know a lot of people again really congratulated us on like continuing to do this, and that like after 1 or 2, you know, like we were really hyped and people were really watching us, and then the views kind of dropped, and we're only getting like maybe 40 on each one now.
Yeah, then our last one, our third one got 25.
Yeah, so
which is it's low, but you know we still appreciate every single person that tuned in and watched that video.
Even if you watch it for like a second, like we appreciate it.
And we will still continue to keep doing this every single week. You know, whether we get me honestly, I don't care if we get 5 views. I don't care if we get 500 views. I enjoy doing this every week. You know, it's something really fun, and if you guys enjoy it too. Awesome. If you don't, you know, I'm sorry. Thank you for at least giving us a shot. You know?
Yeah, like
that's all I care about.
That's
Just
all we care
at
about.
least give us a chance to, see if, you find us entertaining and, and whatnot.
So. And we have other things in the works that we're talking about that, we'll probably try to do here soon.
Mm-hmm.
I know personally if we could do it, like maybe say filming some other types of podcasts. Just like maybe doing one like on the weekend and doing it during the day, so we're not like doing this at night. Maybe because it's getting warmer out, we might actually be able to try to do one like maybe outside, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're getting really...
We could do it.
We could do it, but I mean, what's a good area we'd be able to do it?
Well, I'm not going to discuss this here. We'll talk about this in private and we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
But thanks again for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Please like, subscribe, share all of our down here. If you go down here, you will see my Twitter handle, his Twitter handle. Don't be afraid to follow us. Don't be afraid to comment on this either.
Yep.
We do appreciate all the feedback. I know we're still kind of working with the lighting thing too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and share it. Please share. Sharing is caring. Okay? All right. Until next time. Butthole!
Bye.